tonight I'm here in Clifton, New Jersey with the one and only Mr. Michale Graves. Mike, you're taking a couple of minutes to talk to us today. First of all, I want to go back very early to the some crazy people here in Clifton.
We're in Clifton, so there's crazy people everywhere.
I want to go back to the very beginning. When did you discover your voice, and when did you decide that you wanted to become a singer?
I always knew from a very young age that I wanted to be a musician. From very early on, some of my earliest memories, music always affected me physically. I've always had a profound response when I listen to music. So growing up, I always had I always had the urge to create and to communicate through art, through music, through acting. And as far as finding my voice, I don't really think I found my voice. I was never really confident in my voice until around Famous Monsters. I had taken, as a young man, as a teenager, all the way up to the Misfits. I was constantly involved in, I took classes. I was involved in theater companies and improv, chorus, and just always immersing myself in things like that. I got into the Misfits. I studied with Don Lawrence for about 3 years. And so I feel like I screamed through American Psycho and then Famous Monsters. I really found my voice, and the technique that was being taught to me, that was taught to me by Don Lawrence, really sunk in, and I understood. And that's when I really started to get a hold of my voice.
What kind of music did you do before you joined the Misfits? What was your
I was in a band called Mopes, and a lot of the guys were from around here. Clifton is like, we're right on the border of Lodi, Garfield. We're in the heart of Misfit country right now. So I was in a band called Mopes, and it was 1992, 1993, 1994. So the music we were making was very like Jane's Addiction. We loved the Smashing Pumpkins. It had a punk feel to it because we loved punk rock.
Were you just a singer, or did you play guitar too?
I was just a singer. I actually, the band before that, I was a bass player. My natural instrument was bass, and I was doing a lot of backups. And then I got the opportunity with Mopes, and it unharnessed me from an instrument, and I was able to just really. They had all their songs written. They just needed melodies and lyrics, and so I was able to really focus on just the lyrics and really crafting melodies to their songs, which were very complex. Much different than the Misfits stuff that was, not that it was simple, but it was a lot more simple than, say, like a Jane's Addiction song or something like that. So working with Mopes and getting that confidence as a writer really helped, parlay all that confidence and work into the opportunity that came with the Misfits. Yeah, it wasn't that far from here.
Yeah, like Lodi is literally, up 10, 15.
Yeah.
Did you know of the Misfits, before you joined them? Did you know they had such a large legacy and everything else?
Yes, I knew the Misfits. No, I didn't understand really the depth of it. I understood that the Misfits were, they had some songs. I was a skate rat, and so those were the days everyone brought their boombox, and they had cassette tapes, and they would make playlists of stuff. And so you heard Skulls, you heard old stuff, and that's the Misfits, or that's the Ramones. But when I was at Real Platinum with Bobby Aleka, and he told me, hey, there's this band called the Misfits. They're looking for a singer. It wasn't like bam, like oh my god. Like, I got it. It was like, all right, cool, I literally told him, like, I don't know if I can scream like that. For some reason, it clicked in my head that I thought it was like death metal. It came to me that it was. I apologize, but it's the truth. But yeah, when I went out after I talked to Jerry, I called Jerry up to schedule, my first audition, and I went out and I got the yellow, collection 2 or something, and I put that, collection 1. When I put that CD in, and Hard Business came on, I knew I had it. I knew it. I knew I had such a connection to that music, and I believed that there was nobody better on the planet to hit it than me.
Were there a lot of people that auditioned for that
Oh,
song?
yes.
It was, right?
It was. In the beginning, it was Dave Vanian. Dave Vanian from the Damned. Then it was floated. You know, they were talking about trying to get Glenn back. They were always looking for somebody else, you know, in the beginning, but it was kept very tight.
Sure.
Right? And then I kept on coming back. Every time they brought somebody in, you know, I would pick up the microphone and you know, Jerry and Chud, they were like, you know, they really knew. They really had confidence in me in the beginning. Kenny had, you know, a lot of confidence. Doyle had no confidence. Doyle had no confidence in me in the beginning. I was a skinny kid with like long hair. I was smoking cigarettes. I was, you know, it was total opposite. So then they decided to take out a fucking ad in the Village Voice, in the Aquarium, the local papers, and word got out that Jerry was recording everybody's auditions. So there was people came from all corners of the earth. There was lines out the door. So yeah, there was a lot of people. There was a lot of people that auditioned.
Were you free to like develop the character, you know, the skeleton character,
Yeah.
the crow character?
Yes.
That was all you that, you know.
Yes. Yeah.
Jerry said, okay, you know, come up with your own thing.
Yeah, through the encouragement of those guys, especially Doyle. You know, Doyle really took me under his wing. Jerry did too in a different way. They all did. But I gotta tell you, Doyle, like, you know, once we broke the ice and we became friends, we were inseparable. And he really gave me the confidence, and I spent a lot of time with Chud as well. And they really gave me the confidence to not worry about who the Misfits necessarily were and to put all that burden. Because they believed in the beginning that if I was just me and I just kept my eye on the ball, and with their encouragement, that gave me confidence to just really develop and look inside the project and not judge myself so much and try different things. You know, there's early pictures I have of tea, and
I'm sure.
it's
You got
like
the black hair.
yeah, it's very rocky, and then to the point where, you know, I started to shave my head and I put the makeup on, and all of a sudden, you know, and after coming home from Europe with the duct tape, everything really started to come together.
You had to, I mean, for sure you had to have taken a lot of abuse early on. I mean,
brutal.
you still do.
It was brutal.
You still do.
Yeah, but not
it's
like
different now.
Yeah, not like it was. It's hard for young people to imagine the scene back then. They were real punk rockers. They were real skinheads, and those two factions and the factions within them were still truly, you know, at war, and it was still, you couldn't walk down the street in docks that had red laces unless you were affiliated, and it was a different world. And the Misfits were born at a legend, and they were held very, very tight. The Fiends were very, very, very tight. They were rabid fans, and they did not like the fact that me, you know, was coming into their camp. And a lot of the fans' attitude was, and if you are, it's going to be a trial by fire. We're not going to hug you and kiss you. We're going to beat you down and make you tough, and we're going to suck you in, and we're going to see how much you can take. And so I always told myself, whatever happens, just keep singing. What's ever happened. And so, I mean, there was night after night, just crazy stuff. I'm like, you know, I'm on the floor and people are stomping me and dancing on me. I just kept on singing. Just keep on singing. Get up on your feet, get back on the stage, and stand up straight. Get the next song. And that was the first 2 years of the Misfits, you know, until American Psycho was really started to level out, and people said, all right, this guy's for real. The invention of the barricade, that helped too.
Sure. I know there's plenty of videos of you where it's like
insane.
It's insane where the crowd is like
it's insane. People jumping off rafters and climbing the light trusses, and you had 17 people on stage, absolute mayhem, and we just kept on playing through it.
Did you bring them songs to the table when you were writing songs like Dig Up Her Bones and stuff? Did you bring that stuff? I think you were doing that previous before the Misfits, right?
Dig Up Her Bones. Yeah, there was a couple. Dig Up Her Bones was prior to the Misfits. Years before, I really started kicking that song around, and it became Dig Up Her Bones when I was 16, 17 years old. Blacklight was the first song. All right, let's see.
Track by Track with Michale Graves.
From How They Came, Dig Up Her Bones. This Island Earth has a story behind it. This Island Earth was from a girl, her name was Anna, wrote a song about the Holocaust. Her grandparents survived the Holocaust. And the chord progression to This Island Earth and the lyrics were built around that song. And that song was, again, probably right around the time I wrote Dig Up Her Bones. It was in high school, so it was like, again, 15, 16 years old. Yeah, that's it, those two songs.
What do you think now when you listen to American Psycho and Famous Monsters? Do you look at them like, I'm super proud of this stuff?
Yeah, I do. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and even like I used to listen to the records back then. I hear every edit, everything. But yeah, I'm so proud of that work. There's so really great records, and the sounds, and the people that we worked with were great. I wasn't the easiest person to work with at times, just because I was a punk, snot-ass kid, and I thought that I knew a lot more than I really did. And my attitude sometimes, along with Doyle, it was tough to work with me in the studio. But boy, oh boy, the people that I got to work with and the product that came out, it's fantastic.
There's still people, I mean, especially the Fiends, you've got a rabid fan base of people that will support. It's almost like Kiss, where you either accept Ace Frehley or Tom O'Day, or there's you've got Danzig fans to the core, and you've got Graves fans that still, it's
crazy, because I'm a Danzig fan. Like, I love Glenn's work. I've been to more Danzig shows than probably any other band I've seen, I actually spent money on. I've gone to see Glenn play live. And when I was younger, when we used to listen to Danzig, his voice, and he was awesome.
Tell me a good memory about the Misfits, because everybody knows the bad side,
I know.
Dark shit, and tell me something that, you would say, because everybody knows the drama, everybody knows the bad stuff and all that, and it's well documented.
There's lots of really great memories, especially I have really great memories of Europe. When we went to Europe, we were in a really beat down piece of crap old army transport bus. People used to the door used to blow open when cars would go by. It was freezing cold. Everybody got sick. We were so close to each other. Truly, we were brothers. But some of my fondest memories of when we were preparing for especially that tour, and we used to practice up in the barn that was on the Kayafa property, and it was just so much fun. I remember Doyle used to play in these big ski gloves sometimes. It used to get so cold up there, and so I have a lot of fond memories of those guys.
You've got a large body of work of your own material. You've got, even when I was looking through it, you've got, 20, you must have 20 releases.
Easily, sure. Easily.
Releases.
Yeah.
For somebody, and I own some of them, there's a few of them, like I love, Return to Earth?
Yeah.
I love that record. It's a great record. And there's several that I've heard, and there's some that I haven't heard that I've gone back and started to listen to. For somebody who isn't as familiar with your later catalog of stuff, what to you stands out in your later body of work that you would say? Vagabond.
Definitely Vagabond is the one to go to.
And then you put out songs and they're like exclusive to this station and that. And this thing.
Hydraulic Entertainment.
Yeah.
It's under the direction of Hydraulic Entertainment. Mark Allen Stewart in the past 5 years has been a mentor and has really pushed me, and just when we met and I became part of that company and we started working together, he really understood what a creative force I could be if I was just kind of pushed and challenged, and he continues to push and challenge me, and that's why there's this huge body of work that's come out. So Backroads came out. And then this tour is also in support of the World Turned Upside Down, which is like the full band version of the Backroad songs.
What it is that you do. And I mean, any chance of seeing a box set collection or some kind
Yeah.
of... Yeah.
Yeah, it's coming.
Okay, so there's going to be the Graves box set.
Yeah, it's gonna be like a big box.
It's going to be like Gene Simmons' vault, you know,
Yeah.
his new vault thing. You're going to have, you know, a giant thing. Well, cool.
Yeah.
Thank you. I know we've got to wrap this up. I could talk to you all night. We'll have to do
Thank
this
you.
again.
Yeah, I got
Looking
here
forward to
very,
this.
very late, so I would love to sit down with you and
Definitely.
talk, and I'll answer any questions you have. I'd
Next
love to
next
talk.
time you're here, man, we're going to do it. For sure. We'll do an
Okay.
in-depth one. But yes, Michael Graves, check out him while he's on the road. Hit up Hydraulic Entertainment's website and definitely look up the new stuff from him. There's a lot of stuff. If you like the hard pop stuff, he's got it. If you like the acoustic stuff, he's got it. He covers all the bases.
Sure.
Again, thank you so much.